That one was punch.
All right, welcome back. Yes, our social eye caught that video, and that's I don't know whether it's hilarious. I don't know what to call it.
I pity the comedian.
I don't know what to call it, but
that's why I actually say something about our Nigerian comedians. Rather, most times when you want to crack some kind of jokes, now they always plead.
They beg.
They beg.
Bros, now joke
I did.
Yes. So I think that can only happen in Ghana. All right, moving on the program, we're going to our next topic, which is on polygamy. Because we've noticed it's now becoming a trend for men, young men at that, to actually wed two ladies. Now, I'm not talking about polygamy like in the days of our father, where it was okay, you could have 5 wives, you could have as many, but at least they came in one after the other. But I'm talking about the same wedding day. You understand? Like on the same day, one man is wedding 2 women. And what brought this to our attention once again, a young man named Ejindu is set to marry 2 women, Ebere and Oyedia, at the same time and same venue, on Sunday, February the 25th, which is just a few days away, in Abriba or Hafia local government area of Abia State. And this is like the 3rd incident we have seen in recent times. Once again, I'll start with Barrister Abia. What does the law even say really on polygamy as we have it in Nigeria?
We have different kinds of marriage. We have marriage under the Act, which is marriage under the Matrimonial Causes Act, and then we also have the customary marriage, and then also under the Matrimonial Causes Act, you also have under the Marriage Act. Under the Marriage Act, you also have the church kind of marriage. Then you also have the marriage under Islamic law, under the Maliki law. You have that form of marriage, and under Islamic law, of course, you can have
as many as 4
wives if you can take care of them. Under the customary marriage, you can have as many as you want. You can have 20, you can have 100, so that's for the customary marriage. Then under marriage under the registry or under religious bodies, under the church, you can only have 1 wife. A man can only have 1 wife. And if a man goes ahead after contracting this kind of marriage to marry another one, whether by under the act, whether thinking that it was right under the act or not, or whether going through customary marriage to take another wife, it is bigamy. And of course, the punishment for that is 5 years imprisonment. However, in Lagos State, the offense of bigamy there's no longer an offense of bigamy. So,
really?
Yes. So under the Criminal Justice Act of Lagos State, there is nothing like bigamy.
Bigamy.
Yes. So I don't know what that implies. Let me not make conclusions, but maybe that implies that it's someone who can afford to take as many wives as possible. Yes. I think that law came into force about 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yes. So, but the implication under Marriage Act is that somebody cannot take 2 wives. It cannot take one. It cannot even take 2 wives at once.
At once.
Cannot take one after the other. But under the customary law, a man can marry 10 at the same time.
At the same time.
Can marry 2 at the same time. Can marry as just depending on what provided the parents agree, the family
and then the parties involved.
Yes, and then the parties involved agree. And a man can under customary law. So
I feel I'm depressed right now.
Yeah, because
hearing that there is no law that protects me as a woman to tell my husband, I'm legally married to you, you can't take another wife. I am totally depressed right now.
And both of them, like most of the posters that we actually saw, the other one was even squeezing her face.
They all looked like they were.
Do you understand?
They were forced into it.
And the man had to do 2 different posters
Yeah.
for You're smiling, barrister.
But then, you know, the
That is
thing
funny.
is,
I mean,
I think the
what
fault
I-
is more on the side of the women, because a wedding day is usually like a woman's
Big day.
You know, it's your sacred day, your day you don't want to share with anybody, and then all of a sudden you're sharing it with a rival. What is happening to our women? What's happening to us? Is it the revelation in the Bible that is?
Well, it's part of it, but
Wow.
there is a case that I'm just handling now. The guy came to work on AC in my house yesterday, and he was moody. I was like, why are you moody? He told me he's been married for about 15 years. The wife could not have babies, but she had a child before she married him. So his friends were on his neck, you need to have children, blah, 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 blah. He went to go and marry another woman somewhere. But now he loved the wife so much. The other woman is telling him, send your wife away so that I can come home. So the problem is always with we women. A woman is in the house, you want her to go so that you can come. Now he has 2 wives and he has 2 problems. Yes, his problem has multiplied.
Exactly.
Now he's seeking my counsel. What do I do? Because my problem has multiplied. I thought going to marry this one. He said, okay, that one is already a month pregnant for him outside. How are you sure that pregnancy is for you? The wife at home is not being smart. Maybe that is why she has not gotten for you. The problem may even be you. You need to check yourself. Because you said she had a child before she came to you. And this one is bringing in another one from outside. My true counsel to him was that, look, that second one you went to marry, it's a stranger. Because that is the scriptural version of it. The only thing the Bible allows, if you were already a polygamist before you gave your life to Christ, before you got born again, you are not supposed to send them away. They remain your wife, but you cannot, yes, but you cannot hold positions in the church. You cannot be a pastor, you cannot be a deacon, you cannot be a bishop. That's what the Bible says. But you don't have to send them away. You remain like that because that is where Christ met you. But
do you still have intimacy with them?
Yes, yeah, you're right.
Isn't that also like, are you not breaking the law in some other aspect?
You are not, because at the time of ignorance, God overlooked. You did it in your ignorance.
Oh.
If you send them away, where are you going to send them to?
Okay.
You have to keep them. That is your cross. You should carry it. You understand? And some time ago, I flew for now looking at the dangers of this whole polygamy thing. Sometimes we think that, okay, maybe the Muslims, they enjoy it. I flew some time ago from Dubai to Nigeria with a wife of a commissioner in one of these northern states. I don't want to mention the name of the state. And the lady sat very close to me, and she was telling me about their religion and all that, and asked how she appreciated Christianity and all that, but fear will not allow her to. She's the first wife. Her husband married the second wife, and that she cries every night. But the religion permits it. But she's not enjoying it at all. She wish things were different for her. You understand? So I don't think it's a thing that anybody in his right mind should even go into. Because no matter, they may smile in front of camera. When they go back to the house, even you, the man that loves a woman, you still have differences. You still have issues. Even people of the siblings, they still have issues.
Talk more
of a rival. When you need your husband is going to give attention to the other woman. We feel it now.
Well, now back to our own generation, because they feel that the older generation, our forefathers managed 4, 5, 6 wives. So why won't we get to have that now?
There was a reason why they married so many wives.
Because some have actually been even given to them as gifts. But this day,
and also to work on the farm, they needed more hands.
Because I came
So
from
what farm do you
home.
have? You know, like you are marrying 2 women at the same time. What are you doing with them?
Your
pocket is not increasing.
Before my dad died,
Sorry.
I'm very sure maybe my dad would have lived longer than he did if he didn't marry
so many wives.
so many wives. Because himself was not, because my mom was the first wife, he brought in so many, and that gave us
But there are men that live quite long.
No, my dad died at 91.
I know
no, I
some.
wouldn't say my dad
Those
didn't
are the
live
ones
long. He
that
died
have
at
wives at home and
91.
have concubines.
My dad died at
the
91.
one
When the wives
married a
give them
lot of
while
them.
they run to the concubines.
Look,
the concubines
there's
start, they
a
run
lot
away.
of problems. Like for us, when you see us on the outside, children from the other woman, you cannot really spot the difference. We seem to love ourselves. We seem to be very close. My mom seems to bond everybody together as the mother in the home and all that. But we still know within us, we know
this
there
one is
are
not
differences.
yes.
We know there are challenges we have to go through that we wouldn't. that would be there if there was not such thing, no
Okay.
polygamy, no in the
No.
system. Yeah.
Okay, now because what we have right now, then it was concubines, like she said. Right now, it's side chicks
and baby
that want
mamas.
to be
Wives.
the main wife. So what's now the trend
And
for
they
the
want
younger
the main wife to
generation?
go out of the house so that they can become the main
But
wife.
that is not, look, maybe you guys are not looking at it the way I'm looking at it. I, Patience, will stand or sit, whatever. Let's assume it's Barrister Abia. Will stand with me, and then Alero too will stand. And we are going home together as, I don't know.
Carry her back as a side.
We're getting married together on the same day. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to. It's a different thing if you married one before and then you're going to marry another one, but then you're taking two. What is wrong with us women? What's wrong with us, really? What is going on in our minds? I'll make a woman agree or accept, to be put in that kind of position where you know that you don't actually own this man. I don't know if you understand.
Don't even own the
But
man.
you don't
Both
own
of
the
them,
man.
yes. None of them.
What is going on?
I don't agree. That is the problem. He must be mine.
And sometimes she must be married, and sometimes upbringing, the way the girl was raised. Probably she does not even, they have this low self-esteem thing. Or sometimes they feel, okay, I'm already 30, no man is forthcoming, no man is ever going to come.
Family and everything.
You understand? And it may just be the man is going to come tomorrow, and you went into this wrong one today. You have
And you
missed
missed
the
it.
glorious future that you are supposed to walk
But don't you think
into.
the society at large also has a role to play? Because the pressure of single ladies, okay, you're still in your father's house, so once you get married, which day you go marry? Don't you think that's another thing that would lead some women?
If the pressure is coming on you, I believe the going into anyhow marriage is not the way out of the
more
pressure, because you're going
deadly
to
than
enter
anything.
worse pressure than the one you were facing in your father's house. Now you're going to have a rival.
Okay, I have one
That
question.
want you dead if
How
you
do we share the wedding night?
Some of them will be together.
That won't work.
There'll be
We
problem.
tell somebody to help us ask fella.
If you ask me now, who I go ask?
How do we share the wedding night? If we got married together, then okay. Let's look at what our viewers are saying. This one says the problem is not getting married to multiple wives. The main problem is the relationship between the women. Will there be love between them? Absolutely no. In most cases, jealousy dominates the home instead of love. Of course. This one says, as for me, one wife is okay. Even if you dash me another one. Edozie from Elisha, thank you for that. Please stick to one wife. It's better. All right, this one, Joseph from Abuli Egba says, polygamy in the sight of God is an abomination in the sight of God. God did not create women for Adam, but woman. One man, one wife, except you belong to the other faith, which allows, and even, there's a caveat in that. Barrister, I'm correct, yeah? You should be able to love the four women equally, which we all know
It's
not
not
possible.
It's not
Maybe you can be able to provide if you're that blessed, you have so much wealth, but loving them equally,
It's not possible.
it can't work. All right, this other one, Pastor Jeremiah says, I only pity any man marrying more than one wife. He's inviting battle into the life of the children they will give birth to. That is what affected my life, if not the mercy of God and much prayer. I always advise all young guys not to try that at all. The beginning might not be the problem, but at the end, it is the battle of the children, and I think he is so on point, really.
No, this
What
one,
legacy?
because as far as the man is married to wives, the beginning is a problem. To the end, it's a problem.
It's always problem.
But do you know there's some women that would still prefer that the side chick actually comes to the house than the husband going outside. Do you understand?
Indeed, there's an instance where I read on social media some years back or something, that where the girl said that the girlfriend must be married with her, to the same husband, and they got married.
I think the reason probably why she won that. The reason probably why she won that. She knows that at home this man look like somebody who is giving her sugar at home. She knows this man is not giving her sugar. You come home and taste the sugar with me.
Yeah.
Come and taste this poison, this sugar-coated poison.
There was this stuff that happened right in front of me. I was a witness to it. A man, he was married to this woman. They did the court wedding 5 months. After the court wedding, he brought in this woman and said, oh, she's doing the international passport for them, blah, 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 blah. The wife didn't know is the side check. And before you know it, 3 months later, he took the same woman to the island, the Koi registry, and got married to her. So he's not telling the wife, she's coming inside. She will move in. You have to manage. Two of you will manage. So say, okay, is it your, I don't understand. Is it not the same woman you brought in and said she's doing our international? I said, yes, when I'm married to her, she will do it very well.
Wow.
That one is gullibility on the woman's side.
The woman said, no problem. She wants to come in. Let her come in. And I don't have a problem with her not coming in. Let her come in. She will run. She wants to marry me. Let her come and marry. So when I heard the whole story, I'm just like, can you imagine?
You see her saying, let her come in. You see that she knows she has what it takes. Spiritually, physically to handle her. That she will by herself pack her load and say, or she's just,
there's a motive.
There's a motive.
There's a motive.
So let the girl actually come. If she needs to tell the story.
The king that they used to be the first wife.
It's behind the door, yes.
For the second.
All right, Okpe Bams says, good day to you all, especially the middleman. How can a man live long with 2 or more wives? Now, wow. It is well. All right, Mrs. Grace said, when you repent as a Christian, you are meant to restitute by sending the other wives away and remaining with the first wife only. That is the Bible standard. Send them to. Exactly. That's the question.
Because the Bible says, what the Bible says that the bishop must be a husband of 1 wife, which means there are husbands of 2 wives in the church. But the one that will be a bishop must be a husband of one wife. That's what the Bible says.
Yes.
So when we are talking restitution and all that, sometimes I really don't find scriptures for it. That's the truth.
This is okay. Let's move on. We have one more topic, but I don't know if we have enough time to look at it. It's sexual harassment in the workplace. And we're looking at this issue because we all know her Nollywood actress Stephnora Okere went on a television interview and then she admitted that there was sexual harassment in Nollywood and she was actually harassed at one point or the other. Let's see if we can quickly breeze through that. Let's take that video clip and we'll come back quickly.
Yeah, I did. And that's one of the things that spurred me to set up my NGO. If I say I did not, I'll be lying. Maybe over the years, I've held it back. Over the years, I've tried not to talk about it because my family said, let it go, let it pass. Yeah, I was harassed. I was harassed by a very famous producer who actually put a knife to my neck. It's a story for another day. So I went through that. I almost actually left Nollywood at a point. After that happened, my family said, that's it, enough for acting. Now you cannot go. Can you not go look for a job? Because from the get-go, they never really supported this acting thing. My dad thought it was a hobby. It's a hobby that you need to just do on the side while doing the main thing. I couldn't tell him that a producer tried to kill me, put a knife to my neck and told me to strip. I couldn't tell him.
Okay, so that's Stephnora saying a producer held a knife to her neck and told her to strip, you know, for a movie role. Barrister, sexual harassment.
Yeah, of course it exists. at the workplace, not just in Nollywood, it exists even in the workplace, and a lot of it, happens in Nigeria, and nobody talks about it because usually the workers are at at the disposal of the person they're working for. So a lot of it at the mercy of the person they work for. So a lot of it happens in Nigeria. Now, what they have done in some other countries, developed world, is to have laws in place that protect people who are seeking jobs and people who are already working in the offices. There are laws. Either it is part of the employee law, or it is a special sexual offences in the workplace law, that protects people in the workplace. But I can tell you, it happens a lot, especially to the women folk, but even to the men folk. To an extent, it also happens in the workplace, and I expect that this thing should be taken seriously. Yes, her own case, people may raise issues. Why is she coming out now after so long?
So,
and all
yes,
that?
yes.
But the truth is that these things happen when they go to locations. I had instances, where some ladies, reported to me, and we tried to take it up. Reported to me about things that happened at the locations. They were kept in the hotels, and they were told, what to do. They were told what to do to some of these guys who took them on, to act in these movies. And the truth is that these things happen on so many locations. On so many locations, these girls are taken from one place to another part of the country where they don't know anybody, and they are compelled to do certain things. They are the mercy of these people. So. This is something we should take seriously, not just because of the person. Let's even leave the messenger out of it, but let's deal with the message. Let's try as a country to look for ways, solutions, not just in Nollywood, but all through, in workplaces. You find a girl coming in, she's looking for a job, and she's told. Now, other persons are being considered on their merits, but she's told that she must do this before she gets. We had an instance, the one in Anambra State, that was not a job, that was a beauty pageant, and she was told that she had to do this before anybody would win the show, and then she did it. But at the time she decided now to back out, they decided to release expose the video. Wow. And these are things that I'm telling you, it happens on shows, it happens in workplaces, it happens in Nollywood, it happens in schools, it happens in so many places. So we need to take it seriously. It is something I have had clients who had such such cases. I have seen such things, happen. So it's something we shouldn't,
Okay, well,
I'm actually excited
we have
about.
To go. Our time is up.
I
think we'll bring back this topic again, maybe next week, so that we can talk about it properly. But we really need to go. Thank you so much, Nkem. Thank you. Nkem Kali Obi, she's a journalist and she joined us today. Thank you, Barrister Jimmy.
My pleasure being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pastor Dolly.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's been a nice show. Alero.
Thank you. At least we've learned our lessons. Marry 2 wives, have the money to spend on them.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow at noon. And we'll be bringing you the Friday edition of The Boss. Enjoy the rest of your day.